Today on We All Juggle Knives, involuntary surgery equipment. Check this out. This is some Dexter stuff right here. Hey, what's up YouTube? I have another knife review for you. This is a strange knife. The brand is XHM Awsome. All right, never heard of that brand before, but this did catch my eye. This came in this, this container here. Okay, and it's a fixed blade. It doesn't really have a name. I think they're just calling it like the, full tang fixed blade or something. I'll include a link below the video. This was $30, right? It caught my eye and you will see why. First of all, there is the bare bones sheath, right? Just got a loop there. So you see, right? It's almost like a scalpel shape. Sometimes called a caper, but it's a lot thicker. It's a lot thicker than you would expect. Oh yeah, it came with this polishing cloth, which also has the brand name. All right, so here's a closer look at the knife. Like I said, it's got gray G10 handle scales. It's got a lanyard hole there, a choil there. Okay, and it's a classic scalpel or caper shape. However, it's a lot thicker than a caper knife would be, right? So the reason this caught my eye is because there's a more expensive knife called a Tops Street Scalpel, right? And I actually own a Tops Street Scalpel, but yeah, this is kind of like a poor man's version of the Tops Street Scalpel. So what do I think this is for? Do I think this is a skinner? You could use it as a skinner or a caper, as they say, but the thing is, it's actually very thick for that, so it wouldn't be the best for that. So what do I think it's for? Two things. One, I think this is meant as a last-ditch knife, like a real close-up, like wrestling around type knife, right? And this is like an anti-grapple knife that's concealable. The other use of it, the more peaceful use, would be as a folder replacement. If you just want the simplicity of a fixed blade, but something that's still carryable, right, that's where this knife fits in. Right, it's like a mini fixed blade that's almost as easy to carry, right, as a folder. The blade length is 3.35 inches, right, but of course this part is not sharpened, right, but that's the amount of reach it has, 3.35 inches. Right, I'll include a link to this under the video for however long that lasts. And keep in mind, to support the channel, you do not have to buy the knife in the link. In other words, if you go to Amazon through my links, anything you buy will help the channel. All right, so you never have to feel pressured or I'm trying to sell you a knife. Not at all. You can buy anything through those links, navigate to any item you need. I'd recommend picking up some rechargeable batteries and some paracord, because you can always use more of those. Alright, cutting a few things. Now this will be tricky because it is just kind of a thick knife. There you go. Alright. Yeah. Alright, does okay on the utility knife function. Alright, got some bike tire tubing. There you go. Alright, and a piece of wood to whittle on. Drawing it down. Works pretty well. I hope you're all doing well in this new year. Hope you're staying fit, healthy. I hope you're completely ignoring the BS of the mainstream media, which is undoubtedly there to just pacify you and dumb you down. And I'm sure you are. I'm sure you're all critical thinkers. If you're on my channel. My channel is not a mainstream channel, as I'm sure most of you know. It's not a mainstream knife channel, and it's not a mainstream channel, period. Okay? Yeah, we're in a culture war, and the culture is going down the tubes, okay? But you don't have to go down with it, right? You can hang here with me. So you see, this one actually did pretty well on the whittling. Now the steel on this is 7CR13 stainless steel, so that's not that good of a steel, especially just for edge retention, but it's what you might expect from a $30 knife. It has good corrosion resistance. If you consider the purpose of this, street scalpel or just little easy day-to-day chores, I think it's fine for that. All right, let me just show you that sheath once again. So, it overlaps some of the handle and it has a loop there. I don't know if I'd wear this on my belt. I haven't really thought if I were to carry this. Not really sure exactly how I would rig things up. So, I'll just show you the sheath it came with, and you'll have to kind of, if you get this, you're gonna have to figure out how you might want to carry this. I mean, I'm sure there's many options, but that's a sheath. It's almost more like just kind of like a blade guard. I do feel like I got my money's worth, right? I mean, this was about $30, and it's actually pretty nice. Yeah, I think this was an interesting find. I'm always on the lookout for just the new and unusual, and the price was pretty good on this. I think it was worth it. I'd like to see a version of this in like a more premium steel. I'd be willing to pay a little more. They really wanted this to not break easily. Yeah, definitely the type of thing that you would carry if you had folders that broke or failed on you and you didn't want to mess with that possibility anymore. Right? Yeah, I appreciate how thick they made that. Now keep in mind, Amazon has a no questions asked return policy. So if you see a brand you haven't heard of, you can basically take a risk, because it's not really a risk. They guarantee that you're not going to take a loss. If you don't like it, just return it, right? If you have a question about the steel, hey, buy one, test it out for yourself. Test it out for yourself. If it's not everything you wanted, you can just return it with one press of the button. So yeah, that's why I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to try new brands if they're on there, because that's kind of a good policy. They pretty much guarantee our purchases. All right, my YouTube friends. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing this. I do think it was worth the price. I think this would be an excellent knife if you want to carry a small, handy knife and you want the simplicity and strength of a fixed blade knife. Yeah, this would be excellent for that purpose. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you like stuff like this. I'm out.